Yes, people, welcome back to another video. Do you know what? I'm getting so busy these days, am I? I've just been on Rich Sports channel, by the way. and Man United fan, and I was there for about 40 minutes, by the way, and absolutely loved it. And I was made so welcome, they get us back on again. So talked about yesterday's game, and it's been a good chat, it's been a good show. So now I've gone on to my channel. I will do some player ratings. So if you haven't watched this before, do smash the like button. Subscribe, you're new. I think I've got 839. I've just got a couple of new subscribers as well, or maybe Man U fans as well, which I think is great. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm on the way to 1K now. And if I can get to 1K, then I'll do some bigger and better things. Yeah. So yeah, I need all your support. Thank you very much indeed for that. And yesterday's game, I mean, first half, I thought it was absolutely decent. I thought defended quite well, and until we could see the little goal on the stroke half time again. It's not the first time this season we've done it at Villa, and now we did it at Old Trafford when Freddie Woodman failed to gather up football and went straight to Ronaldo and then tapped in an empty net. But I blame the defence as well because it just stood there, allowing the Greenwood shot to a deflection on towards Freddie, and he just couldn't gather. And if you look at the second half, apart from the goal, I think we should have kicked on and really, because we had unrattled as well at some stage. And what can I say? Once we go 2-1 behind, it's game over. Our hits dropped, and we just don't have to get back. But I found the substitutions as well absolutely baffling as well. I really, really do. Why did you not bring on Dwight Gale on? Get him on, because we need a goal. And he goes and brings on Murphy, Lewis, and Henrik. Are they going to get us goals? Probably not. But this is the thing. Steve Bruce is just a dinosaur guy. He's a tactical dinosaur. He just hasn't got a clue. I mean, the team lineup as well was baffling. He placed Isaac Hidden in a back three, and he's a central midfielder, and he got a share on the bench as well. He's a centre half as well. And I just don't get it at all. I mean, Paul was absolutely furious yesterday when that happened, and I would have been as well. Again, playing players in normal positions, and it's just getting enough now, because I'll tell you something now, I think he's doing this for the sack. So he does want to sound 4 million quid to get him pushed out of the club. But listen, I thought the defence, second half was poor. I thought Richie wasn't that great, to be quite honest with you, sort of. And his distribution is very, very poor. His crossing is poor. And he's always cost us the goal as well, late in the second half. And Manquillo, I thought he had a decent game. I really did. Scored a goal. I thought he kept Sancho quiet. Yeah, it got a bit sussed for the second goal. Yeah, but I'm not going to hold that against him, because I thought he had a decent game. Miggy, I thought he was decent as well. Second half, he started to move, which got us equalising goal. And he nearly done it again when he went for the second goal. Yeah, but that's the Miggy I want to see every single week. Yeah, and if you look at front, ASM, he does the drive, he breaks away from the midfield, makes an amazing runs, but he has to go and pull it. Okay, he set up equalising goal for Manquillo, but other than that, his distribution and his final ball's been a letdown. He hasn't got an end product yet. He needs to work up on that. And that's a dual Linton. I mean, I'm going to say it now. He is the worst centre forward I've ever come across in my lifetime. £40 million for this lad. And he can't even shoot. And when he does, he hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Yeah? Side to side. Absolutely shocking. It really, really is. Go for the comments, by the way. I got Steve Bruce out. Thanks very much for leaving us in comments, by the way. Would you say Steve Cooper's manager? He was at the match yesterday. Definitely not. Definitely not. He couldn't get Swansea City up, by the way. And this football, I'm sorry, I just do not like style football at all whatsoever. I spoke to a few Swansea fans, and to be quite honest with you, I think they're glad to get rid anyway. I know a Swansea fan will deliver ties anyway, and he doesn't like him neither. And Jason, he'll be wise not to turn up at St James on Friday, and just left Graham Jones take charge against Leeds, because he wished he never saw us face Newcastle once as fans seeing come out the tunnel. And Jordy Woodman doesn't command this box. I'll come to that one later on. He doesn't organise no shot defence, to show what's happening. Surely should be giving the lad advice while he's on loan to a championship side. He should have gone to Bournemouth, but obviously different reasons, so I have to call him back. Come on, John, get your boxing gloves on and get up to Newcastle and not boost out and send him back to Manchester. Do you know what? I'd love to knock him out, but listen, I ain't going to happen anytime soon. So I can't come up on Friday, so I've got to work. So I'll go through his comments very, very quickly. I'm sure I'll come out with time for the season, so we can have a goal scorer to back up the Wilson. Definitely not. How Nigel Burnley getting his gloves back with one follow time, not boosting, but pretty pleased. Do you know what it is like? I'll be better off get out Tyson Fury. You know, he's in Morecambe. It's not like he's closer to Newcastle than I am at this moment in time. And him today, like Bruce only has 3 games left to save his job. Started with yesterday's defeat. Yeah, I've heard that. We lose to the next 2 anyway. Don't worry about that. Don't give Brucey any ideas to the end of a tight scramble in defence. Oh my God. I'm not being funny. He has some good games. He has some shockers. I mean, tight shambles. Oh, love it. I love it. Add another 3, then another 3, another 3, and that continues to the 2. And I tell you what, he doesn't get sacked by September, then there's got to be a Stuart's inquiry about this club. Real talk. Honest to God. I heard the same time Mitch on NUS Matt said 2 people have told him the same story. Yeah, I heard that as well myself. Jules, hope you're found Jules. Hi, Thomas again. Any decent gaffers in Syria? No, I don't think they'll leave their clubs anytime soon. The one I wanted is a guy called Roberto De Zerbi, who used to be at Sassuolo, and he's gone to Shakhtar Donetsk. He would have been perfect. Young, hungry, plays absolutely attacking football. It's as simple as that. Love the guy. Brilliant. Yeah, just going through this quickly. Mr. Unsackable, expired garage, is on 123-year contract. I'll be dead by then. And so most of you on the chat. Didn't mean to be rude. Sorry about that. And I've got Wilma here. John, everyone watching, hope you as well. I'm absolutely canny, absolutely fantastic. Everyone's chatting to other people as well. And I need your help on the player ratings today, by the way. And hey, it is what it is, babies. You know what I mean? I got Almighty Blues. Hey, John, big up to you, my guy. Big up these. And just going for it as well. I wonder if Claire Marshall's on the cut today, because I do love other bits. I think she's amazing. Oh, and if Daniel's on, Daniel, thanks for coming on again. Absolutely amazing. And you know what it is? She is absolutely brilliant. Passionate. That's what I want to see on my channel. Passion. Raw aggression. Passion. So, yeah, just going for it again. Press on Miron and say Max. Yeah, I thought they played well yesterday. And finally as well, John, get your boot suit. I'd love to get my boots out. I've eaten my guy, John. Bit of chitless brother, you know. Hopefully, let them turn up against Chelsea, which has been quite a bit of recent years. Look, mate, you got to absolutely slaughter us by the way. The way Lukaku's playing football, absolutely fantastic. John, don't say to Julian, that's very rude to say, your friend. Well, listen, I just don't read him at all whatsoever. He ain't good enough. Get him out of the club ASAP. I've got Tom in the cut as well. Eddie Howe, Lampard's manager. I take either of those 2. F and Salah. Salah scored for Liverpool against Leeds. So 1-0 to Leeds by the sounds of it. He's a class player in Salah. He really is. He used to play for Fiorentina and Roma, by the way. We are going to get Mark Hughes as gaffer. I'm telling you now, these clowns are on the circus. I haven't got a clue. Do you know what? I'd rather appoint a dolphin in America. At least that dolphin's got sense, by the way. Yeah, I read that. Mourinho, actually, doing a good job. John is doing brilliant at Roma, by the way. He's got credits in the bank, so he is absolutely amazing. Then I've got Ian. So the club's going to drift along until something moves on a takeover. Dangerous game being played unless something happens soon. Ian, I totally agree with you, my guy. Because the fact of the matter is, like, we need a takeover. And it will happen soon. I still think it's going to happen soon. But I just hope it's cut case. Because he has to. And Miron's outstanding about time. Ian, I totally agree with me. He showed up as well. And he's gone in already, the ratings as well. 2 McCreal 7, yeah. Similar to that. I'm going to be harsh as well. I'm player ratings as well. So, yeah, I've got Chill as well here. Geordie. So, yeah, I mean, I'll give Claire Marshall a 10 out of 10. Daniel, 10. You know what? Superb. Superb. John, so video saw your video on your channel. You were at a Colosseum in Rome. You know what? I'm going back there in a couple months' time. I'm doing it again. So, yeah, absolutely love Rome. Rome is a canny city, by the way. If you haven't been in Rome, check it out, because I'm doing it for a week. And I've got plans to do sort of things. Well, I'm going to do a couple of Italian games as well. So I can't wait. So bring it on, baby. There's only one me walking the stream around. Yay! I love it. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone saw Booster's interview yesterday, right? I mean, having to go at lead rider sort of thing. Big up to lead rider, by the way, for asking tough questions, yeah? And also big up to Andrew Musgrove as well for displaying the back in the newspaper on the Sunday Sun, embarrassing Boost, right? And Boost having a go at the journals as well, and having a go at us. He's having a go at the chronicles, having a go at everyone, basically, yeah? And let me speak clear to you, Steve, right? The journalists do not pick the team. They don't pick the formation. You do not pick the tactics, yeah? They don't play players out of positions, yeah? And you come on and have a go at the press. Do you know what? I said this before. He's on his own now. They're not going to back him anymore, yeah? And all these pundits, yeah? He's backing this guy, yeah? They need a flipping head shaking. Do you know? I'll give you a head a shake. And just don't, save yourselves, because he's not doing a good job. The guy is ruining this football club. And for me, I think he's going to get worse. I mean, he has finished at Premier League level anyway, yeah? But he's hanging on to the job. He's clinging on. And I think it's an absolute disgrace. I'm sorry, but the sooner he goes, the better. You can take Joe Linton with him, by the way, as well. Take him away as well. Take him to Portugal. Do you know what? He's a Spanish speaker. So let them both talk at the tan spar away. And I've got Johnny B. I'm going to call him Johnny B for now on, because he's a great guy. And I say, hi, John, hope you're well. I've seen desperate times before our club, but this spell of abuse has ripped out the passion out of that magnificent club. Magnificent support, as mate. Tom, I mean, John, well said, my guy, well said. Absolutely brilliant comment there whatsoever. And we have been saying this for absolute years, and I'm just getting sick of it. I don't want to be negative, yeah? I just want to be positive. I want to say good things. I want to come up and say, look, see the positives, yeah? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all whatsoever. It is a disgrace, an utter disgrace. It really, really is. Do you know what I mean? Nah, I'm not be having that as well. So I don't know what to say, but the club is finished. Man. I mean, the club I love, this is not the club I'm watching now. Alan Shearer summed it up absolutely fantastic. It's a copy and paste club. Copy and paste every single time. They'd rather keep players, new deals, right, rather than buy them because it's cheaper that way, yeah? But the problem is, though, we got aging defence. We got no midfield. Up front, if Wilson gets injured, as he is now, and Ayson gets injured, who do we have? We've got no backup. Do you know what I mean? We're going to end up having the under-20 fees at the football club. We really will. And we are going to get relegated this season. We really, really are. In fact, I'll go much further. We're going to break the record Derby County has set. We are back in 2007, 2008. I could be wrong on that. So we're going to break the record. We're going to be finishing bottom. We're going to play a Derby next season against Sunderland, you know? And I'll bet you they'll beat us again. Do you know what I mean? We're going to trips to Barnsley. You're going trips to Blackpool. Do you know what I mean? Oh, my God. It is what a banter club, yeah? When you win 3-1 down against Man U yesterday, I didn't say Man U 3, Newcastle 1. I said Portugal 3, Newcastle 1, because Ronaldo scored twice and Bruno got the other goal. So that's why I said Portugal 3, Newcastle 1. Oh, being sarky, am I? I got Thomas John. What's your opinion on Willock? Listen, he'll come good. He'll be back to his full his best. At the minute, he's not match fit yet, but he should have looked up yesterday, pulled the ball back yesterday, but he decided to go on his own, and I think that's a little bit selfish for the lad. But at the end of the day, I can understand why Miggy got frustrated, and I think Joe Linton was at the end of it as well. Would he have scored it? I don't know, but listen, I'm not going to tap him out by a long, long way because I love Joe Willock. I think he's a decent player. He must be thinking, when he got subbed off, what the hell am I doing at this football club? Sums it up. Ash is the problem. It doesn't matter who comes in at a club as manager, they will have problems. But week after week after week, Bruce continues to dig himself a hole amongst the fan base and media. Well, he keeps saying they, not we. And if he's a Newcastle fan, it would be like us. Do you know what I mean? But he's not. This guy, right? He is absolutely stabbing those fans in the back. Do you know what I mean? He's insulting us every single week, or from day one, by the way. Michael, as poor as woman was for two of the goals, our defence couldn't keep pace with Ronaldo, who's my man on the match, so I couldn't now. Ronaldo gets a 9 for me, which is a little embarrassing. Ran past the cells and Hayden with his second goal. Unbelievable. Isaac Hayden should not have played in centre half. If I was some favourite Shah, I said this yesterday, he shouldn't tell Bruce, I don't want to play for you again. Do you know what I mean? Don't pick us. Do you know what I mean? He is absolutely disgraced, this manager. I hate this manager with an absolute passion. He should retire, never to come back again. Get his pension money, yeah, and put his feet up, you know? Then I got chosen. If Hayden's right and the players gave him a roll, then this season's done already. It was done from day one. I knew he'd be in trouble from game one. Do you know what I mean? But that's the thing. Joe Linton, right, walking down the tunnel, laughing, trying to get Ronaldo's shirt at the end of the game. Yeah? Absolutely. Check out Mick Lewis with Steve Riff today, right? Mick Lewis is absolutely spot on, yeah? He clearly said that he wanted to swap shirts, yeah? So he could probably take his shirt off and say, look, I want to remember the shirt, yeah? So you can tell his grandson, that he's got a Ronaldo shirt, yeah? Shame Cristiano ain't going to think the same about Joe Linton, by the way. He's going to say, who's Joe Linton? What's he won? What medals has he won? He won't win jack shite at this football club. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe it's his career, unless he goes back to Germany. And there's been a lot of pressure put on Willock because of last season's performances and price tag, but I'd give him a few more games to get some minutes on his belt before judging him. Okay, cool. Tom, it's a Holland anti-football club. There's no hope and ambition, and Shirasi, he's right. Says he hits what Newcastle has become, and the fans deserves better. I totally agree with him, 100%, yeah? Don't turn on Willock, it's not his fault. Bruce is a moron. Yeah, I totally agree. Joe Willock's a fantastic young player, and he's going to come good. With Manchester Eddie Howe, Frank Lampard, he'll turn into a top class player and a big formation as well, playing 4 at the back. I got no problem saying 3 at the back, as long as it's a 3-4-3, not this 5-2-3 or 5-3-2, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Hopefully, they'll be back in goal soon. I do as well. This is what gets me. Shearer and Bruce are best mates. You think Shearer will have a word and say walk away? John Gibson said exactly the same thing. Oh, and by the way, I'd love to read what John Gibson wrote today in his chronicle regarding Steve Bruce and his outburst in the press conference. That, my friends, will be absolute good. Shearer told not to take the job. Bruce didn't listen, so let Bruce get on. His fault. He'll face the consequences in music. But yeah, that's towards Jason and Michael. Yeah, I think Dollar will be back and go on Friday. I bet Woolman is done for the season. And I would give me my comments on him in a secondary player ratings. So, turn off the player ratings. I'm going to go in now. You can help us along if you want. And you know how it works. I'll give our players a ratings out of 10, and that's including the subs and the manager as well, and the fans, of course, as well. And when I come to see Bruce, then it ain't going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, let's be real. And if you do like the video, please smash the likes up and also subscribe if you're already new. And, excuse me, I'll be back on the Horseman Show tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I think Paul's got his channel back. I love Paul to bits. I think he's a great guy. He's passionate in what he does. I never hacked him sort of from last week. Just an utter disgrace. He really is. But on Tuesday, I'm going to try to get Claire Williams again, talk about the Saturday's game. The fan forms on a Wednesday. Thursday, I'm going to try and get a Leeds United fan for a preview. And then on Friday, I'll watch a long as well. So that'll be absolutely lit. Obviously, Paul's at the game as well. So I've got Thomas John, are you doing the player ratings? I am indeed. Yes, any minute now. We have an extra DS rest before Friday and that, and I bet they look the fit our team still. Of course they do. This is the thing. Steve Bruce has come on and I tell him later, that sort of thing. Oh, don't forget to give Bruce a rating. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So let's go on to the clearance. I'm going to go with Ferry Woodman. Now, listen, I don't be harsh on this kid, right? But in my opinion, I'm going to give him a 3 because of what happened yesterday. I mean, he should have dealt with it better for the first goal. The second goal, it went through his legs. Not very good keeping. He doesn't command his area. Yeah, and also, as I said, a bit slight as well. He needs to bully the strikers off. He doesn't do that. Does shout at the players, but listen, I'm not going to tap him out because it's harsh on the kid as well. That is Premier League football for you, Freddie, and that's what it's all about. So I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10. On to the wing-backs. Manquillo, easily one of the best players this season on the day. Easily the best player yesterday, I thought. He scored a goal, and he got caught slightly for the second goal. But listen, at the end of the day, he kept Sancho quiet. And surely now, that wing-back berth is his to keep for me. I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. Maybe a bit harsh. People are saying 8 out of 10 as well, but I'm going to give him a 7. And I'm going to go on the other side. I've got Matt Ritchie. I didn't think he's one of those games, to be honest. His distributions, his crossing's been poor. He costs one of the goals from the quarter well. And he just gets caught out time and time again. He did okay defensively against Greenwood, I thought, but listen, I didn't think it was that great. I'm giving him a 5 out of 10. Sound a bit harsh, but he's a 5. I'm going to go on to Isaac Hayden, who's moved from midfield into the back 3. I'm going to give him a 5. He got caught out for the second goal from Ronaldo, but listen, he did his best, but the back 3 is not his position. He's in midfield. I'm just giving him a 5 out of 10, and he doesn't let the team down, but yesterday was not his best day. I'm not going to lie. I'm really not. And then on to our captain, Lascelles. He did a few important interceptions, got caught out for Lingard's 4th goal, but he's not a leadership. He's definitely not a leadership. And his best moments when he tried to get the shirt off Ronaldo, seconds after the 4-time whistle, for me, I think it's an utter disgrace sort of thing. He should have gone straight to the crowd, the fans that travelled a long, long way, right, with all the other players and clapped the fans off. He didn't do that. I'm giving him a 5 out of 10. To Kieran Clark, he did okay in the first half, but the second half is a different story. And he just couldn't get anywhere near close to Ronaldo's and co. So I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10 as well. On to the midfield. I'm going to start with Willock. He's still looking a bit rusty for me. Yeah, he should have scored in the first half, or he should have pulled it back to Amir and he had a better opportunity as well to score that goal, but he decided to place one over the top. So other than that, he hasn't stopped running, and I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. It could be a lot worse, but give him a 6 on there. 6 out of 10. On to Sean Longstaff. Listen, he did a tackle. He set the tone very early in the game. Keeps it simple, works hard, constantly getting to United faces as well. I thought he was much better sort of thing for me. And I'm going to give Longstaff a 6. One of his better games as well. On to Almiron. 8 out of 10, man of the match for me. He set up the equalising goal. He worked so hard, this guy, he really has. And he fiddled on to make up the play. He's got pace, he's got energy. And also, that's the best game I've seen him play for a long time in the second half. So I'm going to give him 8 out of 10. Man of the match. He's got the hunger, the passion, and the desire. And he's definitely an 8. On to ASM. He has got an end product, don't get us on. But he did set up an equaliser Manquillo's, yeah. But he just kept going and going and going. But his final pass is running into a bit of trouble. That is the problem. And you know, if he could work on the final ball, he'd be absolutely good. But I'm definitely giving him a 7 on this occasion. And on to Joe Linton. What can I say about him? Honestly, I'm going to give him a 2. What he does, right, he should have basically scored or at least made it better in the first half, screwed it wide. Then in the second half, he shot it straight at the keeper. But people think I'm being harsh on the kid. I'm not. He's one of the worst players I've seen at Newcastle United. Let's be real about it, yeah? And all these Joe Linton fans, yeah, they need to give the head a shake because just admit it now, he ain't good enough. Mick Lewis hates him. He doesn't think he's good enough. And I think he's the worst I've ever seen in a Newcastle shirt for decades, yeah? So I'm giving him a 2 out of 10. On to the subs. Murphy came on after 76 minutes, and I'm going to give Murphy, Hendrick, and Lewis all standard 5s for me. He didn't do much. Let's be real about that. The fans who made a real Old Trafford, I could give them a 10 out of 10. I thought the fans were absolutely fantastic. They really were fantastic. And they sang for non-stop. And big up to the fans who made their way. So 10 out of 10 for the fans. Now on to Steve Bruce. I'm going to give him, you know what? I'm going to give him a 0 again, because the fact is, right, he makes his substitutes late, right? The team lineup wasn't great, not being really, he's playing players out of position yet again. He's under pressure again, yeah. And the press conference after didn't help him at all whatsoever. I haven't got lead rider. It's arrogance, it's stubbornness, it's cockiness, right? And he's so rude when it comes into the press conference, right? I just do not like the guy. And he's got 3 games left, or 2 games left now to do something about it. If he doesn't, he will be out at the club. Let's be real. And I just don't think he's going to get away with it this time. The fans back in the stadium. He needs to be careful what he's saying. And he's very uncomfortable at this moment in time. The Leeds game on Friday is going to be the make or break for me. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll tell you now, the fans see out, you get the idea. If we don't get positive result at Ellen Road on Friday at St. James's, if we get a hiding like we did yesterday, then the knives will be well and truly out for Bruce. And he needs to hold stand up and just say, well, look, I'm not going to, I need to walk out of the club and just get someone else to have a go. And until then, we are going to be in the bottom 3 all season. In fact, we could be bottom of the table by next weekend if Norwich get a positive start against Watford. And am I confident going into the games? Not anymore. If you look at the games we've got next, we've got to play Leeds, we've got to play Watford, we've got to play Wolves, both away. We've got to play Spurs, Palace, Chelsea, then Brighton away. How many points are we really going to get for these games? I'll tell you something, we're not going to get anything. We won't. Because we're just simply not up to it at all whatsoever. So I'm going to go back to the comments as well. I think it's Geordie as well. So I haven't read the comments, by the way. As it stands, Leeds needs to win, especially as we do. I think the score will be either 2-1, 3-1 to Leeds. I think it'll be 4-1 to Leeds, to be quite honest with you, yeah? John, who's your fan form on Wednesday? May try and get myself at least in the comments, yeah? It's your fan forms on Wednesday? Yes, on Wednesday night, Michael. It's on a Wednesday night. Last week is Thursday, a couple of years ago, but it's on a Wednesday. So just going for a second. And just to say, Mo Salah scores 100th goal in the Premier League. Big up to Mo. Brilliant player. I do like this player. I really do. Let's go for the comments quickly. And what's your plans for the channel this week? It will be the fans forum on Wednesday, the press conference reaction on Thursday, not Friday. We've got a game on Friday where I'll be doing my watch along. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try and get Claire as well on my chat as well. Get the cabbage ready for Friday. Yep. Hi, Michael. We okay, mate? Would you take Ralph Hatton Husso? Yes, I would. I tell you what, if Hatton Husso came to our club with the squad we have got, he gets top 10, no question whatsoever. And he gets all the time in the world. He's such a quality manager, but he's not being backed properly for me. Paul, who are we going to bring in? Anyone wants to work on the Ashley John? Wow. Thing is, though, I still think they're conquerors, you know what I mean? Because of the stature of the club. But they need money first. They need the money. And if they haven't got the money, they're not going to come in, or less sort of thing. So for me, go back to your question, I don't want Pulis. I don't want Hughes. I certainly don't want Kinnear back. I certainly don't want Big Sam back. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'd rather take a younger manager with potential to make it bigger. But who's that person going to be? A hope for me is Eddie Howe, 100% Eddie Howe. I would say maybe 1 point from all of those games, and that's been Watford. The other games will be losses if he remains in charge. I totally agree. Some will work on this regime, but they will be useless. Yeah, I totally agree there. But all I can say is sort of thing, but we're in a crisis. The club's going nowhere until Ashley sells the club and Bruce just get the hell out of there very, very quickly. I hope that he does his resignation later, sort of thing, you know. It's all it is. So that's all for the player ratings as well. I mean, if you agree with player ratings, leave a comment in the sections down below. I should get back to the best I can. I've got Maxwell. How many guys do you have? Well, I've got people in the chat. Even Lee Good and Chiggy Chig says my guy as well. So I'm not the only one. There you have it. Listen, I'm going to wrap up here on the player ratings. But like I said, if you like the channel, smash the likes up. Please do subscribe. And just going to go through this comment as well. Do you think Richie will do player manager if first came to us? I wouldn't have him as player manager. He needs to be aware. He needs to manage someone like Bournemouth or someone like that sort of thing. Or not having managed in my club. It's too big for him. He's got no managerial experience. So, not for me. Right, I'm going to wrap this up. And for player ratings, and I'll see you back tomorrow for the Horseman Show. And if there's any breaking news regarding Steve Bruce or anything Newcastle related, I'll see you back ASAP. And thanks for joining us. And I shall see